All right, all you addict fanatics, welcome back. I want to start with thanking everyone for your thoughts, prayers, well wishes, text messages, comments. I truly appreciate all the love, support that this community has given me through this double hernia surgery that I had a little over a week ago. I am feeling much better. There still is some pain and discomfort. I actually have a doctor's appointment this Friday. He'll let me know as far as my weight restrictions go and how the healing's going. But I'm pretty sure, as I can feel it myself, the healing is going well. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I do not have to mention names or channels, as you know who you are. I just want to send love back to you guys. I truly appreciate everything. All right, with that being said, this is a case that I got years and years ago as I started an autograph collection. There was a guy, he advertised, he had a plumbing business, and for 40 bucks I got this awesome case that I display my autographed baseballs in. And I wish I would have got the second one. He had two of them. I never made it back over for the second one. But as you can see, over my years of collecting, I have pretty much filled this up. I also want to thank my lovely better half for allowing me to have this in our living room since I moved in. It is a very heavy case. We have a very narrow staircase, so it would have been very difficult to get it up the stairs into my card room. So this is pretty much a permanent fixture for the past 15 years in the living room. So anyway, I'm going to start with this awesome poster up here. Sorry for the glare. The only light I have in here really is the ceiling fan light. So there is going to be some glare. This is a poster I picked up years ago and framed. Brooks, which is a sneaker company, or a athletic wear company, I should say. Back in the day, I actually had a pair when I was about 9-10 years old that were black and gold like the Pirates. This is a pretty rare poster. I've only seen it a few times on eBay. So I've had it for quite a few years now. I also have this awesome helmet, which I purchased probably about 5 years ago, 6 years ago now. Love it. All right, we're going to start off with my 1979 single signed autographed baseball collection. And as you see, I have the 1980 Topps Pirates player cards in them. A lot of people, when they collect for the 79 Pirates, they buy the 79 Topps. I prefer the 80 because the stats on the back show the 79 season. And these are also really my first introduction to collecting cards, as far as having a couple given to me before I really caught the fever. During my wiffle ball days, early wiffle ball days, there was an older guy. You may have heard me mention him, who was gracious enough, knowing I was a Pirates fan, to give me a Stargell and a Parker. All these cards in this case are pretty much duplicates, triples, quadruples. I'm obsessed with my Pirates, so I have, the regular issue set, then I have team sets, then I have, single collections and so on, player runs, whatnot. But anyway, this right here was my first Pirates autograph of my idol, my childhood idol, Mr. Willie Stargell, Wilver Dornell Stargell, Pops, as some of you know him. That was in 1987 or 88, right before he went inducted into the Hall of Fame. There was a card show locally, and man, when I met him, I was so starstruck. He shook my hand. Didn't know what to say. I was so nervous. My pretty much the tip of my thumb was the only thing that stuck out from his bare paws. But he will always and forever be the number one for me. That is my Willie Stargell. I still need a few for this full Pirates team collection. But there's Willie Stargell, Mike the Hitman Easler. Sorry about the shadows. Like I said, the lighting in here is horrible. There's the Candyman, John Candelaria, with his 76 no-hitter. And Don Robinson. I'm going to go half by half because I can't close this case up or there'll really be a glare. So I'll drop down. I have my 79 World Championship pennant and a pennant protector. It is like new. No tack holes, no bends, nothing. I actually had the original one when I was a kid, which I still have somewhere, but that was all folded up and written on and whatnot on the back side. I never wrote on the front, but the back side was written on. And then I have my Phil Garner, old scrap iron. I also have, still in the package, as I also have a second one upstairs that says I'm a Pirates fan on it. This was from their championship, City of Champions. That's the year the Steelers and the Pirates both won championships, Super Bowl. We got Bill Robinson, Ed Ott, and Rick Rhoden. Dropping down, we have Dale Bear. I think Dale Bear is the only one that is not a National League signed ball. I'm very picky when it comes to signed baseballs. I'm not a big fan of inscriptions because I have explained this before to a few of you. I just like it to look like it was their playing days still, like I'm a kid and I got their autograph on a baseball. But the Dale Bear is tough to find in the National League signed ball. It took me years to find this one. Not even sure. I would have to turn it around to see what type of ball it is. But I found a couple with him and his dad Yogi on it. But I'm a Pirates fan. Not that I don't like Yogi. Love Yogi. But I want it to be my single signed baseball collection from the 79 World Series team. There's Steve Nikosha, Hall of Famer Burt Blyleven, Flying Dutchman. And this one here is a pretty rare one too, Joe Coleman. I'm going to pause for a second here, take you to the other side. This is the other side of my case for the continuation. We actually have an old glass, Pepsi glass in there of the Cobra. Pretty sure there was 4 in this set. I think the Seaver, Brett, and Schmidt were also part of that series, which I'm a big glass collector also, which I can show some of those in future videos. But right now we're just concentrating on my Pirates with the World Series ending. And this was my favorite World Series. We haven't seen one in a long time. Long time. Had some close opportunities, but never got over the hump. There's Bill Madlock. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of inscriptions. That says 4-time National League batting champion, but obviously that still could have been during his playing days as far as I'm concerned. We got the Rubber Band Man, Teak, Kenta Colby, And this was my second autographed baseball. It is yellowing a little bit, but it's World Series ball. Jim Bibby. And it has the World Series 1979 inscription on it. I actually started out with the Stargell. My next one was Bibby. And then as we drop down here, this was my third one, my Grant Jackson. For years, that's all I had was those 3 signed balls until I decided I was going to try to get the whole team single signed. There's Manny Sanguin. That's a really good autograph there. Normally it's a little sloppier, but like I said, I'm very picky, so I waited a long time to find one of my liking. I'm sorry if the camera is a little shaky. I'm doing this by just holding it and taking you along for the ride. There's Lee Lacy. I actually did an oil painting of his 1981 Topps card when I was in high school. I wish I still had that. Turned out really well. There's Tim Foley. I will pause one more time to go over to the other side. That is my Rennie Stennett. The Gazelle. Omar Moreno. Jump over here to Mr. Jim Rooker. Then I have some other ones that I have in this case as well. I'm still missing the Enrique Romo from the 79 Pirates. And I think there might be a couple more that I can't remember offhand. That's Matt Alexander. That was another hard one for me to find. There's no particular order here after this, so I'm going to stay on this side right here. Mr. Jason Thompson, which I was a big favorite of at the time. Then I have my 87s, which they ended up 90, 91, and 92. Coming pretty close to going to the World Series, but fell short to the Reds and the Braves 2 years in a row. Doug Drabek, really great pitcher, won the Cy Young Award the 1 year. And we got a team signed ball here. I have the Chuck Tanner showing. And I'm very particular about my team signed balls too. This one, if I could sit here without being in too much pain. This one here, I'm pretty sure was an 81 team signed. And I like my team signed with most, if not all, if I could find them, players that played on the team. I will not buy a team signed ball without the major players anyway. So that's that. Actually, I'm not even going to pause it this time. I'll slide the case over. Another big time favorite of mine after Stargell retired, Johnny Ray. Waited a long time to find one of his balls as well. There's Bobby Bowe. Guy's still getting paid. Best agent ever. It's Mr. Andy Van Slyke on a Gold Glove Award ball. And then I have the 82 with the Enrique Romo autograph showing. Rod Scurry, Don Robinson. Really love my autograph collection. I'm going to drop down here. I've still yet to get an Andrew McCutchen. I will pull the trigger on that soon enough. There's my 79 Iron Man. Still has the tab on the top can in one corner. This ball here is very special. Sid Bream, even though a lot of you would say, oh, why do you have a Sid Bream in there? He killed the Pirates. You know, chances of going to the World Series that year. This was gifted to me by Steven at Math Bowler. And I love it. It has a very special meaning to me, being given to me by him. Great channel. Does a lot of TTMs. Big Pirates fan. Really enjoy our interactions. And before I go over to the other side, this right here is a sports impression of the 3000K club at the time. On the right, we got Tom Seaver in his Mets uniform. Nolan Ryan in the middle there with his Rangers. And lefty Steve Carlton there on the left, which is fitting, I guess. But this was a sports impression. I really used to like to collect the sports impressions. We used to have a jewelry store in the town I grew up in that would sell these, and I put this one on layaway the one year. This was actually part of that theft that I talked about with my starting lineups. This was one of the other things that was stolen and actually recovered, although the box got damaged, at least the piece itself, because I'm pretty sure these are porcelain. But nothing broke, thank goodness. I was a big fan of these sports impressions. I actually have also boxed back up, because I used to have them in this case, is the 500 home run club up to like 93. They had a series that came out. And there's the Mixter, Mr. Mickey Mantle. I'm pretty sure this piece is called the Switch Hitter, if I'm not mistaken. And we go back over to this bottom side here. Oh, this is tough. Anyway, this is Tony Pena, which I chose his 83 card to go in there just because I really like it. I didn't have a triplet in the 82, which is kind of like my favorite card of him. But I guess I want to show him batting a little bit. I like the 83 top set. It is an awesome set. And then another one of my favorite sets is the 76 tops. And this is Mr. Al Oliver. I just picked this up in the past year. And then my other 79 Pirates can. Just wanted to point out too that I kind of cleaned this off. My better half, since she allows me to pretty much keep this in the living room, she usually puts some family photos on top of this and a candle and stuff like that. But I cleaned it off for this video. So once I get done here, I'll have to put everything back. As you can see, she likes her lighting and ambiance, so to speak. But anyway, that's what I got for you today. I hope I didn't forget anything, which I probably did. I always do. But being bored out of my mind for the last several days, I had to bring you something that I didn't have to really do any heavy lifting with. And I hope you enjoyed. The 79 Pirates team is extremely special to me, not only because it had some of my childhood heroes on it, Also because it's the last time we won the World Series. And also because that World Series was awesome. Came back from a 3-1 deficit. Ended up winning it on the road in Baltimore. And that World Series is forever etched in my mind. Let's see how good my memory is. I'm pretty sure Don Drysdale and Howard Cosell did that one. Anyway, thanks for joining me in the attic or the living room. Hope to see you guys again soon. So grateful and thankful that I've become a part of this community as far as a content creator. I've met so many beautiful people. You've actually given me hope for humanity, to be honest, in this crazy world we live in. So with that being said, take care, everybody. I'm forever wishing all of you nothing but the best. Have a super freaking awesome day, everyone. Peace, y'all.